Hey Blusher fans, my name is Kayla and this is Blushin' on a Budget. Now you're probably looking at this thing on my head and going, what in the heck is going on with that wig? It looks terrible. Well, that's because I got it from Amazon and it was like 35 bucks, so that's okay. We can definitely do something about that and I'm gonna show you how. Okay guys, so I know everyone is obsessed with getting their hair done. There's so many cool different colors that you can get it dyed, but one, it's expensive, and two, it can actually damage your hair if you do it too much. So one of the best options is actually going for a wig. And while those can be expensive too, you can actually get some on Amazon for about 35 bucks, like this one. However, when you get it in the mail, sometimes it still doesn't look perfect, and it's not going to because it's synthetic. But there are definitely some tricks and some hacks that I can show you today that can take that cheap synthetic wig to the next level. So the first thing I want to do is tell you guys what to look for when you're actually shopping for your wig online. So I found this beautiful thing on Amazon, and two of the things that I look for when I'm buying a wig: one, lace front. You always want to get a lace front because it just gives you more of a natural looking hairline. And number two, you want to make sure that it is heat safe. That way, if it comes extremely curled like this one, you can take a flat iron to it and kind of make it a little bit more straight and not so curly, kind of like you just woke up. After you get your beautiful wig in the mail, you're going to want to take it out of the bag and kind of just look it over and see what's happening with it. I noticed that this one is very, very curly and it's a bit shiny. So we want to take that synthetic plastic look out. We want to get that gone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my trusty wet brush and I'm just gonna go through and kind of brush it out. Sometimes that actually helps take some of the shine down, believe it or not, but most of the time we're gonna have to put a little product in there to kind of help that out too. And what I like to use is actually a texture spray. And you can either do that, but this one's actually almost out. So if you don't have that, the good news is you can actually just use some baby powder. It does the same trick. So let's try that. I'm just gonna kind of put it all throughout, and that's gonna mattify the hair a little bit and make it look less plasticky. So again, we're just gonna brush it through, and already you can see like how more natural that looks. The curl is less like princess at Disneyland and more like, hello, beautiful waves. I love it. Okay, so now that we've brushed her out and taken some of the shine down, what I'd like to do now is show you how to change the part. I always like to part my hair, well right now it's in the middle, but if I were to wear this fabulous wig, I would part it kind of more to the side. And you can do that with lace front wigs too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my rat tail comb, I'm gonna find that part, and I'm gonna brush it over to the side. Just like that. Fabulous. And the thing with these wigs is they were made for the part that they had. So if you want it to be like this, then you want to take your trusty straightener and kind of flatten out this new part so that it doesn't want to go spring right back to the one that it came with originally. Notice she was a little bit long, and obviously this hair is already starting to kind of come out too because I brushed through it. So what I'm going to do real quick is just go ahead and cut it off, because like I said, this doesn't look realistic to have hair this long like this, and this is just looking funny, so we're just gonna chop it, and I'll be right back. Isn't she lovely? Anyways, she is looking so much better after that little haircut. I have to say, seeing is definitely believing. Now you believe that we are gonna turn her out, right? So the next step, and this is very important, I recommend using little like eyebrow scissors. The reason for this is they're actually very sharp. They might be small, but they are sure mighty, and they'll definitely get in here and make sure you don't actually take out too much, But you're gonna wanna cut little baby hairs. The little face framing hairs, I've got a ton, everyone has them. It's gonna make it look more natural because nobody's hair is like perfectly not damaged. Let's just be real. So I'm gonna take these and I'm just gonna like start going down like this. Okay, so now that the baby hairs have been cut, we are ready to move on to plucking. Now this is really important because take a look at this. Her hairline or her part is very, very thin, and that's not realistic. I mean, take a look at mine. It's very thick. You can see scalp all the way back. So what you're gonna wanna do is take your tweezers and pluck the hairs. They come out pretty easily, but this does take time. So I'm gonna do the rest off camera and then we'll come back. Okay guys, so we worked on our part for a little bit and I think we match now. Don't you agree? We have similar parts. So all I have to do now is go get my wig cap on. We'll come back and we'll get her on, and there's only a couple more steps left, so stay tuned. Okay, let's get this baby on. Use the clips. I am not going to glue it down. I just wanted to kind of roughly get it on so you guys can see what we're working with. Now that we've got it on, I'm gonna take my trusty concealer here and get some on my concealer brush. And then you just want to place a little bit of that concealer right in that part to make it look like skin. Alright, just like that. And then to set it, I'm going to just take a little bit of yellow loose powder. I like yellow, my skin is more olive, but you can use translucent powder as well. Or even pressed powder works pretty good for this too. And just go in there and set your concealer. Just like that. What do you guys think? I mean, she's still a synthetic wig. She's always gonna look a little bit plasticky, but I think for $35, you could totally pull this off. We just gave her a little cut. We trimmed her baby hairs, and now she is ready for her debut out into the world. I hope you liked this edition of Blushin' on a Budget. Please comment below if you guys would like to see a more in-depth tutorial on how to put on a wig. And also like this video, give it a nice thumbs up. If you found yourself in a struggle moment after you bought your wig and you're just like, I don't know what to do with this, how do I make it work? All right guys, see you next time.